first philosopher and scientist. I believe that water is the source of all living things and all things are full of God.
I'm an Anaximander, and I was born a long time ago. I taught that the origin of all things is from the boundless, and that all living things sprang from the original moisture of the earth. So fish were the first creatures, and they threw off their scales and then morphed into other creatures, and then humans came about. I also taught about the abrion, which is the same as modern day space, or the Greek mythical.
My name is Anaximenes. I believe that the world is an animal whose breathing is the movement of the air and that is inhales from the infinity of space. By the thickening and thinning of air came fire, winds, clouds, water, and the earth.
My name is Pythagoras. I was born in the Aegean island of Samos back in 530 BC, and one of my doctrines was transmigration, which is the immortality of the soul and salvation, which is basically that true life is not found on earth, but really in death, and that when you die, your soul becomes who you're supposed to be. And salvation is essentially the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, and that you can be liberated from the 10 chains of the flesh, and that in order for your soul to be pristine, you have to join the company of the gods when you die. Hi, I'm Xenophanes. I'm credited with 3 doctrines of the unity of God, temperance, and the becoming. I believe that all is one and one is all. I argue the Homeric traditions of glorifying the gods as if they are better than humans, because they actually represent all bad things, like stealing, adultery, and deception between friends. Instead, the gods should represent immortal humans who also make mistakes, since we are all unified as one.
Hi, my name is Parmenides. I wrote a poem concerning nature called Periphysios. I also have 4 doctrines: the physical doctrine, the truth doctrine, the doctrine of cosmology of the apparent, and the doctrine of the anthology of the apparent. My poem discussed the 2 paths of knowledge, one leading to a knowledge of truth and the other to a knowledge of the opinions of men. That's it.
Hi, I'm Heraclitus, and I am from Asia, and my doctrine of universal flux is about how there's no static being and no unchanging element, but that the underlying element of the universe is fire, and all things are changed for fire, and fire is all things. But that also change is not random, but instead uniform, and orderly and cyclic. Basically, the heavenly fires are transmuted successfully into vapor, water, and earth, only to go through another cycle. Fire contains the elements of both the old and the new. When night ends and there's day, and summer and then there's spring, and when mortal life ends, then you begin your spiritual life, and it's the cycle of fire. And we observe that the union of male and female produces organic life, and that sharp and flat notes produce harmony, just like how fire is all things of life.
Hi, my name is Zeno. I was a pupil of Parmenides, and I wrote 3 doctrines that were intended to be a contradiction of motion, plurality, and space. I explained that the race between Achilles and the tortoise is intended to contradict the concept of motion.